A strong woman understands that the gifts such as logic, decisiveness, and strength are just as feminine as intuition and emotional connection. She values and uses all of her gifts. That's in the words of Nancy Rathburn. Good morning, anywhere you're listening to OGBC on 90.5 FM. I welcome you to this edition of Feminine Scope, where we invite strong ladies and women who are on top of their careers and those who have seen. It's for them to share their experiences with us and the younger generation so that we all can be motivated. My name is Toyin Sogbesan. You call me TS. I like that. My guest today is Mrs Kikelomo Enaholo, née Oguntayo. She is a retired pioneer director of nursing at the Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital, OOUTH, Shagamu. It's nice to have you on the program today, ma'am.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
All the way from Shagamu.
Yes.
We really appreciate it. How was the journey to this to Abeokuta?
Sweet.
Yeah, we thank God for joining message. So we'll start from the very basics. I love to know my guest. Okay. Who is Isimot? I love that name, Isimot. Not too common. So let's meet you.
Mrs Kikelomo Enaholo.
Okay.
Née Oguntayo. I was born into the family of late Pa and Madam Taiwo Ayinde Oguntayo of blessed memory, who hailed from Itoko in Abeokuta South local government. I was born on the 1st of April, 1963.
I hope it's not April Fool.
Full of every good thing from God. So all the while I was living with my granny, grandmother specifically, who was selling moi moi and eko.
Yolole.
So yolole. So we used to work moi moi and eko before we go to school, and after coming back from school.
Wow.
By that, we cultivated the habit of waking up very early in the morning, and that's what I'm still doing up to today.
How
Around
early?
5,
Five.
when the mosque announced the time for prayer. So, and it has really helped me. I am an early waker.
The early birds.
Yes, and it has helped me also when I employed in the government service. I don't joke with time, and I don't go late to work for any reason. God forbid somebody is sick. So, be that assists me. I had my primary school from Holy Prophets Primary School. Adedotu, Abeokuta.
Adedotu.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was the health prefect of my set. So I proceeded to Ansarudin Grammar School in Shagaulili. I was also the social prefect for my set in 1981. God so endowed me with wisdom in learning that I was given double promotion from class 1 to class 3. Then, so I didn't pass out with my set. I passed out with my 1 year seniors.
Okay.
So after that, I enrolled with the School of Midwifery, Sacred Heart Hospital, Lantoro. And actually, I was born in Lantoro. So
most children in that year range.
I had my midwifery in Sacred Heart Hospital, School of Midwifery, and I graduated in 1986. After that, I worked with the hospital for 6 months, and I got admitted in the School of Nursing in Ijebu-Ode for my general nursing. I graduated in 1988, towards the November 1988. So in 1989, I was employed by the then Ogun State University Teaching Hospital. We call it OSUT. Before it was changed to Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital. So along the line, I had my Bachelor of Nursing Science in the National Open University of Nigeria, Abeokuta Study Center here. I had my Masters of Science in nursing also at Babcock University. I have my postgraduate study at the Lautech, Ogbomoso. I'm about to start my PhD with the Babcock in September.
Wow.
Not minding the age, because age is just a number.
Age is, you are as old as you feel.
It should not be a barrier to your advancement in life.
Yes.
But at the same time, I'm a core haluta. I'm a unionist.
Comrade.
I'm a
comrade. Senior comrade.
I'm a comrade. So when I was employed in OSUT, some people took interest in me, and they discipled me into unionism. They gave me tutelage. I eventually emerged as the secretary for National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives, NAM, of our OUTH branch. So then I was participating in the State Executive Council of Ogun State chapter of NAM in so many programs, delegate conferences in the national and the states. So that was when I was known. So when the issue of JOESU, Joint Health Sector Union, started, and we started in OUTH, I was the president. Then we had altercation with the then governor. I won't mention the name of that governor. So painfully we didn't have any choice than to shut down the hospital for almost 4 months, which was a very painful decision for us. But
4
we know in
months.
Nigeria, yes, we know in Nigeria, that
And,
is the
and
only
your own
language.
job, your job is
That is the only language
saving
that
lives now.
Nigeria government understand.
You took
You
oath.
can read, you can write 20 letters. They will not listen to you. But when they see the notice of strike, you know that they know that you mean business. But it was very painful. It was not something that anybody must be doing. But you know our government, they are complacent when it comes to the welfare of workers. And it is the money that we workers are making that they are spending.
You are real aluta. I won't allow you to take over my program because I'm the interviewer now.
Okay.
So let's go. Let me just slow you down a little bit. You went to secondary school and you mentioned Ishaga along the line. Ishaga Orile.
Yes.
What took you there? Where were your parents staying? You said you grew with your grandmother. Where was she staying? What took you to Ishaga
I think
Orile?
that was due to environmental factor.
Where did you
because
stay?
in our community, most of the children there attended that school. You know, and I said I grew up with my grandmother. So they want somebody that they want to hand over their little kids to be able to take care. That was why.
So where were you staying? Because
we
your
were staying
grandmother
at,
was.
Agodo.
You were going from Agodo
Yes.
to Ishaga Orile.
Yes, but when I got to Form 3,
Okay.
I went to the hostel.
Oh, they
You
have
know, we
hostel.
had a school bus.
Okay, that was taking.
Yes,
because I was
from
just
Lafenwa.
wondering that from Abeokuta to Ishagori
school
when
bus
there
from
were secondary
Lafenwa.
schools. Okay.
And they will bring us back.
Okay.
But later I had to move to the hostel.
As a young girl, you talked about environmental factors now.
Yes.
And as a young girl, you said you were hawking for your grandmother who was selling moi moi. Were you not thinking about environmental factors, exposing young girl child to such a trait?
You know, this time that we are talking about, around the 70s,
Okay.
there was not much this environmental hazard and harmful practices.
Okay.
You flock together. If it is this place, a family you go today, you can eat there and sleep there.
Yeah.
It's only your mommy will just ask, is Isima there? They are at peace. There is not so much risk.
Can we
as
do
of
same
today.
for children to hawk? But some children are still hawking.
Children are still working today, but it's not advisable because there are so many threats, especially to girl child. We'll still get there because I'm the state coordinator for Women Effect Initiative International, where we talk of girl child, vulnerable women. So we will not advise anybody now to, not even males, not only girls, even males, because of bad influence of peer pressure. We have seen males that go to visit a male's friend, and he was initiated into occultism. They did a blood covenant. So everywhere now, we have to be extra careful the way we leave our children. A few days back in Shagamu, they said one woman carried a neighbor's 2 children away because when he's going out, he will leave the children with the woman, not knowing that one was incubating another thing in her mind. So this very day, she took the 2 children away. And when they burgled the room, they didn't find anything. He has planned everything. He has carried everything. And up to now, I don't think they have been able to find
children.
Somebody that she said she trusted. So that's how our community, our society is. So it's not encouraging. I would not encourage anybody to do that.
I'm interested in one aspect of your life, and that is this issue of unionism. Unionism and your own job as a nurse. Where do you draw the lines? Do you have time for your calling as a nurse? I
like that word, because that's been my preaching to people.
Because that's your calling.
That nursing is a calling from God.
Calling.
Because the Bible says God bless the midwives. I'm also a pastor by the special grace of God. So we are dealing with life. We are not dealing with papers. You can leave your paper and come back tomorrow and continue. You may live life within 4 minutes, you lose that life. And if you don't even lose, something can happen that the person can be rendered useless for life. So personally, I don't joke with life. I have the fear of God. I do my work with dedication. Thank God you said you know me, Dr. Mrs. Fatugashi.
Your CMD.
Yes, our CMD, because we worked together in our unit before she became the CMD. Nursing is a profession that we say is noble, and we must practice it with integrity. We must practice it with the fear of God. We must practice it with hard work. Even when I became the director of nursing, I don't go to work late. I will be in front of my office in my car for 7:30, we'll resume 8. Because that's how I've been doing all along. And I can't just change because I've become a guy. So unionism and our professional responsibilities, they are 2 different things. That was why I said when we wanted to shut down the hospital, it was a very painful decision that we had to take. And the reason is being that we were being old salary. You know now, when they were saying cooperative, they didn't give them. And our members were dying. our children, they were out of school. So we didn't have any option that to embark on that strike. It was a very painful one, a very painful decision, especially for me. Because I've been a victim of strike before. They were on strike. It was then I wanted to give birth to my first child. And I went to a private hospital and things changed. It was after 13 days that I came back to life.
Really?
So I don't like to mention strike anywhere. But this one that I was the president, and your followers. Your followers.
They will say, oh,
so I preached to them, I did all manner of things, and I saw the reality on ground. Will I open my eyes and allow my members to die? It's also not a good recommendation on my own part, because I had to write report.
So the only option left,
very painful option,
and not roundtable discussion,
and when we down-tooled, our governor was not in the country, so immediately the governor came back and learned that we were on strike. He called us for meeting. All televisions came, and I told them frantically that if we can set our eyes on the governor today and we reach a consensus agreement, we call the strike immediately. If he had been on
ground, did it happen that way?
Exactly.
Good.
Exactly. The day we met the governor, we came back to the hospital. I called off the strike, and everybody was happy. The governor also was not happy with us. He knew we have taken the process. We have written notice of meeting, 21 days, 14 days, 7 days. Nothing happened because he was not around.
That's a good one, but I don't like strikes.
Yes, nobody likes it.
Yes,
personally, I don't like it.
Roundtable discussions that we can easily just, this out. The program is Feminine Scope on OGBC 90.5 FM, and my guest today is Mrs Kikelomo Enaholo, née Oguntayo. Madam, you said you have masters, you have postgraduates, and you're even contemplating going back for your PhD.
Not contemplating, it's solid.
It's solid.
Starting September.
You are starting.
By the special grace of God.
Oh, this program is already settled. So that means you are starting this month of September.
Yes.
That's a good one. Why did you decide to go into all this? Knowing fully well you are okay, you want to go into the academics?
I'm already engaged with a university.
Aha.
As a lecturer in Department
you
of
didn't
Nursing
mention
Science.
that. So
because I said I've retired.
Because you have retired as a director of nursing services.
I've retired, but I'm engaged with a reputed university in Ogun State.
In Ogun State,
yes.
Wow.
A lecturer.
You're a lecturer.
Even before I was engaged with the university, I told you I was endowed with God-given wisdom. I don't like to be idle, and I love learning. I love to read, I love to write, I love to teach. So immediately I finished, I said, I've just started. Because I told you, age is just a number. It depends on the condition of your mind and what you want to do and what you are. And that's what have been helping me. I don't look at situation on ground. I look at what I want to do, what I am aiming to achieve, how I want to achieve it. And I follow it back to back.
It's never too late to learn.
It's never too late.
Baba Obasanjo went back to the classroom.
I used to tell them in my church, you are not too old to learn. Go to school. It has advantage. You may not use it today, you will use it tomorrow. I have an example of a man that was a community man and was very versatile and energetic in the community. So they wanted to reward him. Well, he has no child that was educated. Wow. So his first son had to go and call his friend. His friend was made a representative of that community with the government. And all the benefit that was coming, when it started to come, they sidetrack the person. So education, if you don't use it today, you will use it tomorrow. It should be the background for everything. No child must be denied education under whatever condition, situation. We have heard of people that will go and hawk on the express, because we had a patient that was involved in a road accident sometime, was hawking on the express. Why did you go to hawk in the express? He said he wanted to go to school. Wow. And there was no sponsor. So he had to hawk. And we have asked students that are complete orphan, like me, and they are still in the school. They will go and be doing many a job. When we got to Osut, we had medical students that they have people that were sponsoring them. But they were going from home to home during the weekend to do one thing or the other, to search for money. And they eventually graduated. So there must not be any excuse for anybody whatsoever. Every parent must ensure that their children get educated. And it's for their own good also. Because they will be at peace.
Yes,
you'll
if you
be
train
proud.
your child.
Yes, you'll be proud that you have a child.
Even
I'm not saying that to be an artisan, because these days also we preach to people that they should learn vocation. But at the same time, you must have a solid educational foundation.
Add vocation to your education.
Yes, to your knowledge.
Add vocation to your knowledge. That's great. I'll look at this comradeship in you, because the way you talk is this comradeship. What were those things that you did in those days that now that you are more matured, let me use the word matured, you would have done differently as a comrade, as a union leader?
No, I didn't do anything that was bad. Even when I was not even
I said that you would have done differently.
When I was even a member following our leaders, I do give them advice. When only you see, the work of the hospital that we do is not the governor that will come to our hospital. He can't come there. Those big people will not come there. It is we and our family that need those services. So when we are on strike, it will eventually come back to us, because when we are on strike, the private hospital thrive. They take double, triple of money that we will take in the government setting. In the private, so it does not, and you cannot predict anybody that can be sick. I have told you my own example. It was when there was strike, I had my baby, my first baby, and see what happened. So it does not pay anybody. It is not to anybody's advantage for anybody to go on strike, especially in the health sector. It is an aberration. But our government, that is the only language that they understand. If you are not gotten to that, if they have not pushed you to the wall to that, they feel you are just talking. You don't mean what you are saying.
But strikes these days are no longer like
effective.
Yes,
that is
why?
it.
Why is that?
I may not say it because I'm a comrade.
So the belief is that they are,
What I want just to say is that there is need for strategic plan. If you don't do your strategic plan very well, if you don't touch the areas that you're so, I was saying strike. You don't just go on strike blind. You don't just sit at the comfort of your.
Are you not seeing it the way I am seeing it? It's like you are looking at it from your own side of being a comrade. Are we now getting more educated and believing that, okay, actually it's not about strike. It's about negotiation, talking.
That is what I was trying to say. Before you go on strike, you must have touched some people.
Okay.
Visit some quarters.
Okay.
You will have prepared your ground ready.
Okay.
So that you don't just make noise. People are not hearing you.
So maybe that's what they are doing now.
That's why I said strategic planning is very important. You don't just go and fight your governor. Just fight your head of department. There are some things that you will have done. So when you get to that table and you start to tell them, we have done this, we have done that, we have sent Chief so and so to our governor, we have sent Iyaloja to our governor, we have sent Kabiyesi to our governor, but he turned deaf ear. Everybody will understand you have done well.
All the needful.
So that's what I mean by strategic plan.
Okay.
It's beyond making noise. So strategic plan is very important.
My producer is another comrade. My producer is a senior comrade.
I'm also a community woman.
You are into so many things.
I'm presently the serving treasurer of my CDA.
Oh, you are into so many things. You seem to like all these community service.
I like it.
Yes, it's good. It's really good to have impact on the community. I want your advice for this generation. This generation of children. I refer to them as children because my guest last week was saying that these children are still too young for where they are. What's your take?
This generation, I don't know what we are going to do to them. Although we are praying for them in the church, because we have them in our churches, we have them in our mosques, we have them in our families. They are even part of our children. But what I just discovered is that they say charity begins at home. If there is discipline in the home, the parents are disciplined, definitely the children don't have option. They have to fall in line. But what we have seen today is that most parents are not even disciplined. The way you see them in the society, the way they dress, the way they talk, the way they walk, the time you see them roaming about the streets, having husband and children at home, you know that something is at fault. So these children, most of them have faulty foundation. They are building faulty lifestyle on it. What I think we can do is from the home. We have to take the message down to our home, because charity begins at home. When you talk to a university undergraduate and start to cry, you know something is wrong. A university undergraduate, you just talk. Why are you late, or why are you there? This next thing is to start to cry. You know they are not matured. They are not matured at all. There's a syndrome that parents will go and do swear affidavit for children for falsification of age. This 18 years that government is proposing, I'm not saying negative, it's not likely to work. Because when they bring affidavit from High Court that their children is 18 years, who are you to fault it? So it is from the home. The government must do campaign do whatever jingles, whatever they want to do, and say it to the hearing of the parents. The parents are at fault. You see parents buying resources for their children to go and gain admission into school, and they will get there, they will not be able to defend the certificate they are carrying. They won't be able to perform.
That's true.
Poor performance.
But there's a way they do it now, that the pictures of students or pupils are engraved on their certificate.
We are in Nigeria.
Well, okay, I'm old school.
Anything can happen. Don't just forget about picture. The picture of that child will appear on that result, and it is authentic.
Wow.
So just forget about that.
It is what?
When the head is sick, the whole body will be sick. Corruption is everywhere.
Wow.
From the head to the sole of the feet. Unless you have the fear of God in Nigeria, they will not practice corruption.
Wow.
So God will help us.
Amen. In all this, where's your husband?
My husband is well, doing well.
How did you meet him?
We met in the Full Gospel Fellowship, Businessmen Fellowship. So
who is he?
He's a pharmacist.
What's his name?
Mr. Enaholo.
Mr. Enaholo. Yes. So where did you meet him? Full Gospel Fellowship where? Shagamu. I see. It is well.
Yes.
So he's doing very well. How old is your marriage?
We got married in 1996.
96. So he got married to a comrade. He got married to an activist. That's good. So it's really nice. So what would you want me to play?
In my life, I've passed through up and down. All these things that I'm saying, I want our people to know that success is not gotten on the platter of gold. It takes self-discipline. It takes integrity. It takes hard work. It takes self-development. It takes dedication to duty. And it takes the fear of God. And the God factor is prayer. So I've passed through a lot before I became the director. OUTH has been in existence since 1986. It was converted from General Hospital also to teaching hospitals. Since 1986, I happened to be the first director of nursing.
Wow.
There was no director. There were contending
parties.
Another department that we started together, they have gotten their director for so long. So I faced a lot of challenges in my life. And I know it has been only God. I don't know, it's K1 or what do they call his name?
You know the piece of music?
He said,
Kwam1. That's Kwam1.
I'm a pastor.
I'm a pastor. But
when you say
pastor
things,
is human now.
I will have said gospel music.
Yeah, I know.
But I loved that track.
Tẹ́lẹ̀ nínú orin tó ré kọjá ẹni Ọlọ́run fẹ́ lọ́mọ èèyàn fẹ́ ẹ máa yọ́nú sí mi àgbàtọ̀mọdé ẹ máa yọ́nú sí mi o ọkùnrin tóbìnrin ẹ yọ́nú sí mi ẹni bá yọ́nú sí mi ṣíwájú ìyọ́nú Ọlọ́run ọba 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 òun lẹ́ ó máa rí. Mo ní ẹ máa yọ́nú sí mi ọkùnrin ẹ yọ́nú sí mi obìnrin ẹ yọ́nú sí mi gbogbo ẹni bá yọ́nú sí mi ó ṣíwájú ìyọ́nú Ọlọ́run ọba 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 òun lẹ́ ó máa rí. Àánú mo rí gbà adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Àánú mo rí gbà adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Èmi jáyé orí mi adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Kì í dẹ́ ṣe mímọ́ ṣe adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Kì má dẹ́ ṣe mímọ́ ṣe adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Àánú mo rí gbà adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Ọmọ aládé àlàáfíà adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Àyìndé ọmọ aládé àlàáfíà adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Ìran ẹ̀yà kìnìún Júdà adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Gbòǹgbò ìdílé USA. Adé orí ọ̀kín. Àánú mo rí gbà. Adé orí ọ̀kín. Ọlọ́run ló gbógo fọ́lẹ̀ o. Adé orí ọ̀kín. Ọlọ́run ló gbógo fọ́lẹ̀. Adé orí ọ̀kín. Kì í ṣe fẹ́yẹ kẹ́yẹ. Adé orí ọ̀kín. Kì má dé ṣe fẹ́yẹ kẹ́yẹ. Adé orí ọ̀kín. Ọmọ Síkírù Àyìndé Barrister. Adé orí ọ̀kín. Síkírù Àyìndé mo ń jẹ́ṣẹ́ tó rán mi o. Adé orí ọ̀kín. Lórí eré fújì. Adé orí ọ̀kín. Kò dẹ̀ ní bàjẹ́ ọlọ́run o. Adé orí ọ̀kín. Ó dúpẹ́ orí mi. Adé orí ọ̀kín. Mo máa dúpẹ́ orí mi. Adé orí ọ̀kín.
Àánú mo rí gbà.
Àánú ni.
Where I am today is by the mercy of God.
Yes, it
If
is.
not, so I would have gone for long. I would have gone in 1999 when I said I wanted to have my first
Your
baby, and I was.
And you open your eyes after many
After
days.
13 days.
13 days. Wow.
In fact, every organ packed up. It was the day our CMD said they should go and open those suit because there was strike. Open the dialysis unit, wash everything, and sanitize so that they can take me for dialysis. It was that day my kidney opened, and I'm a dialysis nurse also. I'm a perioperative nurse. So what I've been doing for patients, they will have taken me there to go and do. And you know, kidney problem, most of them is 50-50. So it is only by the mercy of God that I'm alive today, and I'm doing well.
We thank God for you.
Thank God for.
Thank God for you.
Thank you.
So it is well. I'll say congratulations. Here you are.
Thank you.
So that's it on today's edition of Feminine Scope on OGBC 90.5 FM. Let me thank my guest again, Mrs Kikelomo Enaholo, née Oguntayo, a retired pioneer director of nursing, Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital, OUTH in Shagamu. I also thank my producer, Temilade Tijani, assisted by Fumilayo Akintoye. My studio manager is Samuel Odunleye. My name is Toyin Sogbesan, TS. Till next week, when we bring you another strong woman, do enjoy your weekend. Good morning.